streaming. And I think we're live, guys. I think we are live. All right. I'm just going to check that the stream is working. But for everyone joining us today, we are talking about performance-enhancing drugs. Should they be allowed in sports? This is the topic, so we're going to start with a point 4, if possible. If someone has anything they'd like to start us off with, please raise your hand. Surprised to see Dmitry hasn't raised his hand yet. I thought you had your...
I'm against today.
You're against
I'm
today? Okay, you want to be against for now? Okay, who is... I guess in this case, 4 would be the controversial side. Let's start with against then. The obvious one, I guess.
Okay, may I start then?
You may. Let's go, Dmitry.
Okay.
Start us off.
Okay, thank you. I believe the athletic and sports should be a level playing field for every athlete, and therefore using PED sets the so-called clean athletes in an unfair position, in an unfair advantage with regard to others, clean users. That's one point. I want to give an illustrating example. A famous bodybuilder and actor from Germany, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I remember back in the 80s, the posters with iconic posters with him, like this one, for instance, were hanging virtually in every bodybuilding gym, along with some posters of the British pin-up model and the singer Samantha Fox, but that's another story.
Different debate, I think.
Yes. Okay, but I've digressed here a little. Anyway, so these posters thus were setting unrealistic expectations. I mean, those of Arnold Schwarzenegger, not Samantha. Both of them actually, but anyway. This iconic posters were setting unrealistic expectations for every teenager, whereas I suppose they were supposed to propagandize a healthy lifestyle, but instead they were propagandizing quite something opposite to it, that is self-destructive behavior, because it is now known that Arnold Schwarzenegger, during his prime, as back as the 70s and supposedly, allegedly, 80s, were actually a heavy PED user, and it was legal then, and it was quite common then, but still. Now we know that all his achievements, first his sport achievements as an athlete, as a power lifter, and then as a bodybuilder, were actually thanks to his drug abuse originally. So like I said, therefore he was given a bad example for teenagers then, and athletes who abuse drugs also do the same. They propagandize an unhealthy lifestyle, self-destructing lifestyle, because you can achieve the same results without using and actually abusing PED, performance-enhanced drugs. That's probably it for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dmitry. So PEDs, by the way, performance-enhancing drugs. Just want to be clear on this. So in your opinion, it makes sports unfair. It doesn't make for a level playing field, and yes, also it is unhealthy, is kind of the second point you were making. That okay, cool. Thank you very much. Yes, Heinrich.
Yeah, I liked Dimitri's speech very much. I think I cannot make a comparable speech about it. I think it would not help a lot if we forbid a lot, because people will do it anyhow, and it's also a mirror of the world. Even if you think that Schwarzenegger became an important politician, so well, if the voters want somebody who is cheating, they get somebody who is cheating, and probably it's better to see into this mirror And the favorite sentence of my mother was, "The world wants to be cheated." She said it in Latin, "Mundus vult decipi." And I think that's true. And if we look at this reality, it's better than if we try to suppress this reality.
Okay, so you're saying that cheating is a big part of human nature, and we might as well accept it and face it ourselves. Okay, thank you very much, Heinrich. Interesting take. Who has any other thing they would like to say? On the points we've been making. Yes, Kiran.
Yes, I'm totally agree with Henrik and Dimitri, but I'm going to talk for it because everyone taking steroid, some are get caught, some are not, and I think the taking steroids limit in players taking steroid, that person getting increased day by day. So earlier it was 2 3 sport person what get caught, but nowadays the person has get high, it is up to 45%. So I don't think it's bad. As I heard, it increase your strength and stamina, and it helps to take out more from you. So I think it's a good, and like other things like natural steroids, they allow it. So what's the difference between natural and that? uh, Means both have same chemicals and thing. So I don't mind taking it, and everyone know how amount of have to take it. So it should be everyone's choice to whether they want to take it or not, because everyone know its advantages and disadvantages. So that's the thing, that means everyone, it should be everyone's choice, every sport person choice whether they want to take it or not, because everyone know its advantages and disadvantages also. But if it is helping you in positive way, increase your chances to achieve something, so why should not we take it? Why should not?
Okay, thank you very much, Kiran. So, at the end of the day, in your opinion, it should be the person's choice after seeing the risk and the rewards, whether or not they take the chance with PEDs. And that there are some PEDs that have shown healthy benefits, actually, right? Helping with recovery mainly as well. A lot of athletes talk about this, I remember.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
okay, thank you very much, Kiran. Yes, Giovanna.
Yeah. Yes, we have to consider that also in the professional sport, at the present, we haven't got only adult athletes, but the age limits in sport, also in professional sports, are really lower in the last year. Yeah, I remember the younger athlete in the last Japanese Olympic Games. It was a child. She was a child because she was a girl. She was only 12 years old. She was a table tennis player from Syria. So, of course, children, teenagers are not able to do the right choice, not only for the present, but also for the future. And also their parents are not able, in some cases, to do the right choice for them. So when we talk about choice, we have to consider also that we have young athletes, and we have to protect them. But there is another thing about choice, the freedom of choice. To protecting the freedom of choice, of some athletes. In the long term, we will.
Oh, I lost your audio, Giovanna. You're muted. Sorry.
Yeah.
I
in
heard
the
up to
future,
in the long term, in the future.
yeah, in the future, especially if you are talking about professional athletes. If one of them won't really be competitive and have need to compete in an equality condition of all the other athletes. If some of them have more strength, more power, more resistance, thanks to doping, yeah, all the athletes will be forced to make the same choice if they want to have the same chances to success.
Thank you very much, Giovanna. So you're talking about free choice, free will, and well, you're talking about a few things. The first point you brought up, very interesting point, is about children in competition. If PEDs are allowed, what about the children? Will they have to use PEDs to be able to compete at the same level when obviously as children they're not able to make these kinds of decisions yet, and their parents might even make, or coaches might make the decisions for the wrong reasons, not with their health interest at heart, but maybe just getting that win. And your second point was about free will, free choice, and the fact that if people are allowed to use PEDs, then other athletes will be forced to use them just to be able to compete at the same level. Okay, thank you very much, Giovanna. Very good points. Anyone else? Dmitry, we'll come back to you in a sec. I want to try to go a little bit around the room first, the virtual Zoom room. Let's see. Artyom, what do you think about all this?
What I think, I want add a little to Kiran arguments, because she mentioned that she have mentioned that okay, I've heard that she said something like natural PEDs and
synthetic, artificial, yeah.
Thank you, synthetic PEDs. But and it's like why not to use synthetic, because we see we know some benefits from using natural. The main thing that we should divide here, that when we are talking again, when I'm talking about drugs and about just synthetic and high addictive drugs. In this case, nobody, when we talk about addiction, we mean that it's real addiction and it's out of your control. That's why I think it should stay controlled and should stay maybe some drugs should stay prohibited, because it's really out of control. And from this view, that's why I am against what I want to answer. We can't take all in one. And again, we should divide, and we should clearly understand what is real drugs and what just bioactive additives, or something like that.
Okay, so you're talking about drugs, but you want to be specific. You're talking about addictive performance-enhancing drugs. I don't think that's the majority of them, though. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, like steroids and that kind of stuff, which is really one of the main ones people think about when they talk about this. I don't believe there is an addictive element, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong again. Anyways, thank you very much, Artyom, for trying to make the difference between addictive, no way, other stuff, let's talk maybe. Okay, yeah, making a difference there. Thank you very much. Who else do we have here? Sophia.
Yeah, so Dmitry, sorry, but yeah, I will add something to what was said before. I will try to argue for, however, I'm against, but so I believe that these tests that the athletes have to run, especially at the Olympic Games, it adds to the stress that they already experience. So let's imagine how much pressure they already have. And to my mind, if this restriction was lifted, probably there would be less underperformances just due to this stress that they experience daily by having more and more probes. That's my point.
You're talking about the stress of having to face random tests, random drug testing. So making it legal would remove that stress. You're trying to find the positive there. Nice. Looking for that positive. Cool. Thank you very much, Sophia. Mete, what do you think? Do you have a negative or a positive on all this? I feel like it's such a wide-ranging topic that I'm... Okay. By the way, sorry to cut you off. I just want to make sure that we all understand whatever we say here does not represent our personal opinion. This is just English practice. We're just having a bit of fun. And I would even suggest trying to argue for the opposite of what you believe as kind of a bit of a more advanced exercise, you know? But yeah, that's all it is. Just a bit of exercise, English exercise, a bit of fun. Yes, Mete.
In my opinion, as Kiran says that, against my friend Artem, there is a difference between natural drugs and chemical drugs, in my opinion, because maybe Henrik can say us that chemical are dangerous to our body, but natural ones not, firstly. And secondly, I can say that some people from some countries should be or must be successful in competitional area, in some sportive game. And we can think about this subject or topic, that is there any difference between makeup of beautiful face and using drug for successful in a game? Is there any differentness? In my opinion, there is no differentness, because both want to be successful for earning money and to be more popular and some other things, firstly. Secondly, in my opinion, there is no difference. And secondly, anyone can choose or can prefer that smaller or not long time life, because you can live in United States of America, in Canada, and in other developed country, but you cannot live very long. Okay. And in another country you can live very long. Which one do you prefer? In my opinion, everyone wants to live, even if there is not long, in developed country. They prefer developed countries. For this reason, in my opinion, some people should prefer to use some drugs for competition, and because they must be successful in sporting games for their countries, for their personalities, and for their futures. For this reason, if there is an ethic rule against using drug, maybe if you can catch up, if you can make penalty for him or her. But without catching, it is very necessary for him or for her to be free, to be successful, and to have some popular in the life. This is my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Mete. I think you're talking about a couple of things here. The first thing is about people's choice to use performance-enhancing drugs and the justifications for them. And you're talking about the risk, and you're saying that as long as the risk of getting caught is not too high, there will always be people that try to use PEDs. I'm not too sure if you mean that in that case all PEDs should be legal or they should remain illegal.
Okay, it depends, doesn't depend on legal or not.
But that's
without
that's the question,
legality.
man. That's the question.
Yes, yes, yes.
So do you think it should be legal or illegal? I'm not too sure what you're supporting in your argument.
Okay, in my opinion, natural it should be legal, but chemical it sometimes not. If there is a dangerousness to the body, then it can be illegal. But
Okay, thank you. Okay, I
Thank you.
got your point. I got your point. You were talking mainly, although not about this question exactly, but about the justification that people find for using these drugs. But in your opinion, if it's harmful to the body, it should remain illegal. And if it's not harmful to the body, then let's use it. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mete.
but
We've got
I
a lot
can
of.
say, I can add, Boris, you can accept this actuality. The makeup, makeup is dangerous to the face.
I am
It
I am
matters.
completely impartial. My opinion is not important. I'm just moderating, man. I'm just moderating.
Okay, okay.
But let's move on. Yes, Max. Max, we haven't heard from at all. Max, I want to know your opinion. What do you think about performance enhancing drugs? Should they be accepted in sports?
Well, guys, I would like to address, so I would like to devote my speech. I'm about to say that as a former drug addicted person, you don't even realize how the world might look like once you took a shot. I'm very sorry for you guys, but it's a paradise. So I'm totally for legalizing drugs of any kind, just because nevertheless it's human nature to take them, just because something that is prohibited. That's exactly that entices you into to take and taste. That's what I think about that.
Okay, thank you very much. So, in your opinion, all drugs, not only these, but all drugs should be accepted and legalized. But more specifically, in pertaining to our debate here, drugs should absolutely be accepted in sport. It's human nature to try to do what we can. I think that's what you're talking about. The most of what we can and all of what we can. Is that right, Max?
Yes.
Thank you very
correct.
much. Yeah, great point. Yeah, let's go back around a little bit. Dmitry, yes. I see you've got notes.
Okay, not much of them.
Okay.
My talking point, I have actually stolen it from Max, so I wanted to say have borrowed from Max. So credit where credit is due, and with that I want to address what Kiran and Giovanna said, and I'll try to summarize it briefly. So Kirana said that we can use PEDs as long as we weigh all the pros and cons of it and do our conscious choice. So, like, be aware of it and do it responsibly. And I guess Giovanna said that if I were to summarize it, it would be like, if someone is using drugs, everyone else has used it. Therefore, again, there is no fair competition in sports. And Max suggested that we should establish two different leagues for clean athletes and unclean athletes. For users and those who stay out of it, and which is, by the way, in its turn would reduce the level of stress, as Sophia suggested, on people who use it, but and fear the risk of getting caught, at least at the leak of those who clearly use it.
Thank you
Hope
very
it
much.
makes sense to you.
Yeah, so you're basically looking for the solution. You're like,
Yeah.
guys, why not do both? If you want to use PEDs, let's have separate competitions for that. If you want to be clean, let's have separate competitions for that, and you figure it out. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, Kiran. You are muted, sorry. Let me... yeah.
Yes, I wanted to talk about drug test. There are different lot of kind of doping. So every test cannot find every doping. And in that case, somewhere get caught in the test, or some are not. So who get caught? they are unlucky, or who they not get caught, they are lucky to win and showing their performance. And everyone likes to win, everyone wants to win. And today's world say that you win in whatever you have to give, or what we say, mm, in term of anything. Means you win in term of anything, and if you win, so that everyone know you. If you lose, no one remember you. So if that's the kind of world we are living, so it's okay, I think. So everyone has
Okay.
to use every kind.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think you're kind of making a new point. I would ask you to kind of try to reply to someone or continue the conversation. I don't want people to just start talking, here's what I think, here's what I think. Let's try to stay connected, really show that we are responding to someone. But that's a great point. Yeah, it's about risk, right? Calculating risk. If you take a risk and use PEDs and you don't get caught, you have a chance at being famous and successful and rich and popular. If you do get caught, then you will remain anonymous, but you really have nothing to lose, is
and
what you're
and
saying.
it will lost your career also. Means you are out of career if you get caught.
Ah, okay, so there is a bigger risk there. Thank you very much, Kira. And
Yeah.
yes, Heinrich.
I think the most dangerous drug is the too much money in sports, especially in Germany. I don't like it at all that a lot of tax money goes into sports, and if there is so much money that a football player can earn $100 million, then it's clear that he will always try to betray if he has a chance to betray without being caught. And I think it would be better if at least the governments keep out of sports and don't put more money in it. Of course, that would not be the solution, because the advertisement money makes the same problems, but probably it would make the problems a little less. And I liked what Meti said. This kind of cheating is everywhere in the world. It's also cheating if you buy very nice clothes, or if you buy a new nose, or very good looking makeup or something like that. Cheating is everywhere, and one should find out what kind of cheating is good for myself and what kind of cheating is not.
So you're saying that we already have PEDs, maybe not in sports being accepted, but we have them in real life everywhere around us. Whether it's plastic surgery or expensive clothes, it will enhance your performance in life. And I just realized Murad hasn't spoken yet. Murad, what do you think?
What I say, I don't know. I don't see difference between is synthetic doping or natural doping. For me, it's no more than it's a financial thought.
And should it be
It's all.
accepted in sports?
It doesn't matter. Henry told it's absolutely right. It's a matter of money. It's even in World Olympic
I'm seeing a theme.
structure. It's type of regulation sport. Who can use? Who can't use?
So should maybe be accepted in sports, but maybe not.
Why not? Why not?
I think that's a perfect way to end our debate. Thank you very much, Murad. All right, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to close the meeting here. Now, I just want to say thank you to everybody watching. And next week, we're not going to have a debate because my baby is coming and I'm taking a week off. But the week after, we're going to start debating again. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Have a great one.